what are we to make of this parade of CEOs?
Well, I think one of the things we can make of it, Mike, is that they have learned their lesson from the first Trump term. You know, don't kiss the ring, say things that you're scared about Donald Trump, and bad things can happen to you and your company. This time, they are all, whether they agree with him politically or not, are heading down there trying to make the best deals they can. Trump is a very transactional president, as we know, and he will be trying to, they will all be trying to secure the best deals they can, the most favor they can before January 20th. And meanwhile, his nominees are on the Hill, like RFK Jr., on this supposed charm offensive, whereas today I think he only met with senators who were already inclined to confirm his nomination. As the week goes on, those meetings are going to get tougher and tougher, and we'll have to see how that goes for him.
There is something else I want to ask you about, Wendy, but we should hear yesterday how President-elect Trump himself characterized the difference in the way executives are approaching him this time compared to 2016. This was what Trump had to say.
I did have dinner with Tim Cook. I had dinner with sort of almost all of them, and the rest are coming. One of the big differences between the first term, everybody was fighting me. In this term, everybody wants to be my friend. I don't know. My personality changed or something. It's a big difference. The big difference is that the first time everybody was fighting me on all fronts.
So it's basically what you were speaking to, Wendy. Right. It's very different in nature. So while he may be making more friends down in Mar-a-Lago, I want to ask you about someone or an institution he may not be feeling so friendly towards. As we learned today, he is suing Selzer, famed pollster from Iowa, and the Des Moines Register, as well as their newspaper owner, Gannett, over that Iowa poll that published just before the election that showed Kamala Harris ahead of him in a state that no one had previously expected she stood a chance in.
Right.
Is this lawsuit likely to go anywhere, considering he won the election? So I do wonder what the damage is
well,
here.
I'm no lawyer, but I will say that one must show damages in an election, and also malice when you're going after journalists. She published, and I will say this from the person who ran Bloomberg's polling all through the election, you publish the numbers you get.
Yeah.
Without fear or favor, you publish the numbers you get. And the numbers she got in her poll, which has been going on for years, showed that Kamala Harris had a late surge, and at least from the people who answered the phone in Iowa, were inclined to go with her. However, then Election Day happened, and Trump won it by double digits. So what possible damages can he show from the Selzer poll? I mean, if anything, it seemed to have spurred his supporters to get out and vote on Election Day. So instead of staying home and just assuming he would win. So I have no idea. But this does seem to be part of a pattern. ABC News and George Stephanopoulos just settled with him over a legally inaccurate description that Stephanopoulos made about the E. Jean Carroll sexual abuse case. So they settled for $15 million and had to apologize. Trump is now suing Selzer, and there are many other lawsuits that he is planning or threatening to plan. And I think, in the first term, he just complained about the media, and he called us fake news, and they didn't cooperate when we were all trying to report and things like that. This time, I think we're going to have to watch for lawsuits, loss of privileges at the White House. Who knows? But the war on the media is on.